He's back. Welcome everyone to the Mercyful Mental channel. My name is Thomas and today we have another challenge. If you might remember, a little while ago I did a thread where you had to show 10 albums where the title track was the best track of the album. It's gonna be in a similar vein, but this time 10 albums where the opening track is the best track of the album. Self-explanatory, easy as fuck. 10 albums, 9, 8, whatever you want to do, 1, I don't care. 10 is just an easy number, we always do. Even if you don't want to show anything, that's fine. But I'm gonna show 10, I have 10 here. And it's funny, previously with the previous challenge, there were some albums where the title track was also the opening track. I'm not going to do any overlaps, but a few examples from what I've seen and some stuff that I've shown myself is where simultaneously the opening track and also the title track are the same, like Atheist, Piece of Time, Chastain, Voice of the Cult, Agent Steel, Unstoppable Force. I've also seen people show Entombed, Left Hand Path, where the opening track, or where the title track was the best track according to some people, but it's also the opening track. So yeah, 10 albums where the opening track is the best track of the album. I'm gonna start really easy, guys. I have 10 here myself. Needs no explanation. You might have seen this in one of my previous videos where I picked it up in a final update. And there I said that the best way to listen to this album is not with or by individual songs, but as a whole. It's like a little under half an hour, you guys know this shit, but really, if you're gonna pick individual songs, Angel of Death has to be the best one on here. It's an absolute damn classic. We all know it, we all love it. There you go. Next up, I've talked about this album a lot because I just recently, like a year or two ago, got into this band really, and they surprised me for what they were. I was always thinking differently about them. But Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry, I think I picked this one in the title track video as well. I didn't watch it back, but now I'm showing this, it might have been in there as well. But whatever, it's making a second appearance. It's also the opening track of the album, Stay Hungry, as well as the title track. I fucking love that song. It really changed my mind on Twisted Sister. I wasn't really... I only really knew them from We're Not Gonna Take It and I Wanna Rock. So the song Stay Hungry, when I heard that, it just kind of blew me away. That Twisted Sister was just not some fucking MTV glam band. And now I also unironically love the other songs that I kind of prejudged beforehand. But yeah, Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. Next up, I'm gonna get a little heavier here. This is Bull Thrower, Realm of Chaos. The opening track, well, there is an intro, but we don't count intros here. The first real song here is Eternal War, and that is just my favorite track on this album. It's You have like Dark Millennium or World Eater, but Eternal War, that main opening, like that opening riff, it does it every time. It's fantastic. I think this is my favorite Bolt Thrower album, and Eternal War is maybe my favorite Bolt Thrower song. But anyway, best track on the album, the opening track, Eternal War. Love it, love it, love it. There's another one that I really love, and I can just listen to it forever. Here we have Rising Odyssey by Rising Force, the Yngwie Malmsteen band. I don't know what's the fucking difference between his other shit. Probably the lineup. Anyway, yeah, the opening track, Rising Force, that chorus, that fucking hook on the chorus, I love it, I love it, I love it, I cannot hear it enough. Not really a close call. I mean, Riot in the Dungeons would be a good second. Fantastic song, but Rising Force, the opening track, huge. It's most of the times when I'm listening to this album, I don't get past the first song for like 5 listens. Then I decide to listen to the rest of the album. And also like the solo with the keyboards and guitar back and forward. I love that shit. That's why we love Yngwie. But it's especially the chorus that makes me love that song so much. The opening track, Yngwie Malmsteen. Here's another classic. Definite classic. There's some more classics in here. This might be a little cliche one. I mean, not any more cliche than fucking Angel of Death. But Over the Wall, we all know it. Again, this album needs no explanation on this channel. Testament the Legacy. Fucking love this album, and there is some fantastic stuff on here. I could name pretty much any song. First Strike is Deadly, which I gotta say that song has the best solo on this album. But Over the Wall overall is for me the best track of this album. The opening track, Burnt Offerings, Raging Waters, love that song as well. Classic, The Legacy. Next up, another classic. I'm happy to include this one. This is Mercyful Fate, Melissa, and the opening track, Evil, has to be my favorite Mercyful Fate song. It's a really close one with Come to the Sabbath from the next album, but I think Evil is my overall favorite Mercyful Fate track. And that song is just burned into my brain. I think back when I was a teenager, Guitar Hero was a huge thing, and when the Guitar Hero Metallica edition came out, remember this is like 2009 or 10, I was all over that shit, and that was my introduction to Mercyful Fate as well. And the song Evil was included, and I just couldn't get enough. I played it so much, it really is burned into my brain, and I just love that song. The rest of the album is fantastic as well, but Evil, it just... maybe a little bit nostalgia bias, but fuck it, whatever. Melissa, here's one. Gotta be a little annoying here. Speaking of annoying, the little devil is not as annoying as in the previous video. He's a sleepy boy right now. Nope, you guys wanted to see him back in the video. I tried. He is with me here in the room, but I'm sorry. This is, I think, my favorite death metal song ever. Definitely a top 5 all-time favorite death metal album for me. Ripping Corpse, Dreaming with the Dead, sorry. Relentless album. It's unique, and I just fucking love it. The opening track is Sweetness. Can't you smell the sweetness? I fucking love that track. Like I said, it is probably my favorite death metal song of all time. It's short and sweet, under 3 minutes, but it is just the fucking perfect album opener. And even though, again, this is an album where you could throw a dart on the title or on the songs, on the track list, and anything it lands on is good. But I think like Sweetness is just the best track of this album, and it happens to be the opening track, and it happens to be in this video about the opening tracks. So there you go, Ripping Corpse, Dreaming with the Dead. I always love to show this album. Next up, from very extreme, we go to very mellow. But I feel like this is a very underrated album. Europe, Wings of Tomorrow. Kind of, well, really overshadowed by the Final Countdown album. This one is from '84, but their second album, there's still some heavy metal in here. But the opening track, Stormwind, has to be the best track of the album. It's like the songs on here, also the follow-up song, Scream of Anger. Love these two. They really still have that sort of Swedish heavy metal vibe going on, just a little bit more mellow, but still it feels in place with other like Swedish heavy metal stuff. It's not out of place. But I don't see a lot of people talk about this album. So if you talk about Europe, it's either the Final Countdown, or in a more heavy metal context, it's more the debut album, and this one is like in between there. But fantastic album. Also the instrumental track, Aphasia, love it, really love it. Even the fucking Open Your Heart ballad. I like ballads. I like shitty ballads. So yeah, but Stormwind, fantastic song, fantastic Europe song, underrated album, a little overshadowed. But there you go. 2 more left. 2 more underground classics. Here we go. Realm, Endless War. I don't know if I showed this one in my previous video about the title tracks. But again, this is an album where the title track is also the opening track of the album. Yeah, Endless War is the best song on here. Just the way it opens with that furious guitar. Absolutely love it. Realm, sort of in a weird, awkward space where it's like, it's not really power metal, it's not really thrash metal, it's not really speed metal, it's a little progressive, technical. It's all over the fucking place, but all of these make sense for this album. Slay the Oppressor is a close second. Love that song as well. A daring cover of Eleanor Rigby, but they do it their way, and yeah, I can handle it. It's a little It's an interesting choice for a cover song. I mean, fucking Eleanor Rigby again. But they do make it their own. But we're here for the opening tracks, Endless War. There we go. And the last one. Love this album. One of my all-time favorites. Crimson Glory, Transcendence. And the opening track, Lady of Winter. It's all, on this album, it's all very close. But if I have to give the edge to a song, it would be Lady of Winter. Red Sharks is fantastic. Mask of the Red Dead. Burning Bridges. Even the more emotional and slower songs, Lonely and Painted Skies. Fucking love it. Underrated album. I mean, we all know Crimson Glory, but on the brighter, what do you say it? Overall, in heavy metal, Crimson Glory deserves way more praise and love. If you're into more underground US power metal, then these are the fucking classics you go to. So it's the way you look at it, if it's underrated or not. But Crimson Glory, I fucking love these guys. The debut is fantastic as well. But here is the opening track, the best track, my favorite track of the album, Lady of Winter. There you go. 10 albums where the title track, god damn it, where the opening track is the best track. Little Devil is still asleep. Guys, last time, the previous thread, a lot of you guys did make a response, also some channels that I didn't know, which I really appreciate. I don't expect anything, but it would be cool to see some responses. It's an easy one, 10 albums. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this idea. It's a little cliche, a little simple, but going off the previous thread, it sounds like to me a fun continuation of this trend. 10 albums where the opening track is the best track. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you guys soon. If you haven't seen it, I did go to London last week for a few days, and there is a video about that coming up. I'm just too lazy to edit it right now. But in the meantime, you have this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.